I'm back. Welcome back to erbsclass and 5 more minutes of math. Today we're going back to solving equations for x. We left out fractions before. Yeah, but we can't leave out fractions. And I hear you. I hear the grumblings already. I know fractions. Talking about fractions? Yeah, we're talking about fractions. Now it's not unlike what we were doing before, right? It's like one extra step. So let's get one up here, man. Let's talk about what that extra step is. Ready? Okay, so here's a very basic example of a problem where we need to solve the equation for x, but it has a fraction. Now, the first thing we need to talk about is the different ways that this fraction can look, right? It can look like this, or it could look like this. Yeah, and those two things mean the same thing, because don't forget in front of this x, there's an imaginary one. Yeah, so it can look like this, or it can look like this. Both of those things mean the same thing. And we're going to do the exact same thing to get rid of this fraction, right? If we don't like dealing with fractions, let's get rid of them, right? So understand a fraction means division. And how do we undo division? We multiply. And yeah, we multiply by that bottom number, that denominator. But whatever we do on one side of the equal sign, we got to do on the other side of the equal sign. We can do whatever we want to this math problem as long as we do it to the entire equation. So that's exactly what I did. And when I did that, this is what results. Yeah. So notice when those twos cancel, this 1 and this x are left, leaving us 1x. But we don't leave that 1 in front of the x. This is an equivalent expression to this. Yeah, exactly right. If I take that entire equation and multiply it by 2, I get another equation, but it's exactly the same. Yeah. Let's kick it up a notch. Yeah. So we added a little bit to it. Now instead of 1/3 x, now I have 2/3 x. Now this could be written like this, or it could be written like this. Yes, but those are exactly the same thing, right? So we're going to do exactly the same thing we did before and get rid of this fraction from jump. So we're going to multiply everything by that bottom number. And when I say everything, I mean everything. Yes. And now don't forget why we're doing this, right? We're doing this to cancel this cancel this denominator to get rid of the fraction. So guess what that 3 does? Yeah, cancels. And what do we have left? That's exactly right. Now don't forget, we have to multiply 3 times everything in the equation. 3 times that -4 is exactly right. And then 3 times 6 is exactly right. And then we would just solve this like any other equation. Add 12 to both sides, divide by 2, and get our answer. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Well, Mr. Erb, what if there's more than one fraction? Way ahead of ya. You mean something like this? Yeah, I got more than one fraction. Do you think that's going to change the process and what I'm doing to get rid of those fractions? No, I still multiply everything by that bottom number. What's that denominator in this case? Oh yeah, so I'm going to multiply everything by, oh yeah, bang. Yes, I took every single term and I multiplied every single term by that 5. So what happens to these 5s? Of course, that's exactly what happens to those 5s. And what do we have left? These 5s cancel, leaving me with 2x. Those 5s cancel, leaving me with -7. And then, of course, on the other side, 3 times 5 is 15. Exactly right. And then I would just solve this as normal. Add 7 to both sides, divide by 2, solved. That's another video, but you've seen that one already. All right, I tell you what. Oh, I know. What about this?